Hello class, I hope you all are fine and preparing well for your exams. This is the last chapter before your PA first examination, and with this chapter we will be in the situation to give the final touch to the syllabus of this term. English second we have already completed the written part, the writing section. I have given you on WhatsApp. One essay was there and one I think it's notice writing most probably. So that we will be seeing there is a difference we can discuss. But today with this chapter we will be in the situation to give the final touch. So this is a story. This is English literature portion and it's the story and it is a true story. This story is of Japan. And this is the incident of that time when there was a nuclear bomb attack on Hiroshima on 6th August 1945 by America. And that was a very destructive type of its result came. Many of the people lost their lives. So many were orphaned. So many smaller children were there who were orphaned, whose both the parents lost their life. Some babies, those newborn babies, who had to take birth, who were in their mother's stomach. They means they had to suffer. Some type of disabilities emerged in them. Maybe any baby it may be dumb, any can be deaf. So many type of this type of things emerged. A critical type of situation emerged. So at that time there was a girl whose name was Sudoku. His complete name was Sudoku Sasaki. So Sudoku Sasaki, they lived where the bombing was done. From that spot, their homes were only 3 miles away. And although they did not lose their life, but it left a very bad impact. Actually, when the nuclear explosion is done, any atomic bomb explosion is done, then the radioactive elements, the substance, the powdery type of substance which is present there in the bomb, it is mixed up with the whole of the environment, and it leaves a very bad, very negative impact on the lives of human beings, on animals, on plants, everything. And you can imagine today also the babies who take birth there in Japan, they have some criticalities. It was in 1945 and it is 2021, means 76 years has passed, and then also today also its result can be seen. So after 76 years this result its presence is there. So at that time how much it would have been devastating, you can understand. So because of that thing, those who died, they were died. Those who had some criticalities, they also had, or disabilities, they also suffered. But those who did not suffer, they had the very negative impact of that radioactivity of that nuclear bomb. Because of the radioactivity, people were started to suffer from acute leukemia. Leukemia is a type of blood cancer. And in leukemia, your white blood cells increases in a very great speed. It's a type of blood cancer, and the chance of opportunity of your survival, it becomes the least. So, but Sadako was a great athlete also from his school time only. But when she fell ill and when she got to know that she was suffering from leukemia, she was very worried. Not she was worried, but she had the you can see in her eyes, you could see in her eyes that she had the desire of living. She wanted to live. She wished to live her life. She did not want to die. She wanted that I may establish a new world records. I have to do something big in my life. I have to achieve. I have to go at a very great height. But this was a very misfortunate thing that she was not able to survive. But when she was hospitalized in Red Cross Hospital in Hiroshima during her period of stay there in hospital, what did she do? Her activity, her whatever she was doing it showed that she had a great desire to wish to live her life. So what did she do? How she developed a spirit against fighting back. Although she died in the last, but the whole of the period when she was there in the hospital, it is an inspiration for whole of the world. And Sadako is the symbol of peace and resilience. She is the symbol that war never gives good result. It is always, its results are devastating. So we have to establish peace, and a monument is built in the memory of Sadako, whose name is Children's Peace Monument there in Hiroshima. So this is a very nice story that we will be coming to know. First of all, difficult word meanings are there. Leukemia, a kind of blood cancer. Mourning means grieving over a person's death. Frail means very weak. Fear means a person equal to another. Means if any other person who is equal to me and he has the same abilities as I have, it means both are peers. Irreparable means incapable of being rectified, means which cannot be corrected. Suppose that any great personalities die, so we say it is an irreparable loss. Means the loss that has come, it cannot be recovered. Irreparable. Aftermath means result of an event. Devastating means destructive. And orphan means a child whose both parents have dead. Peaked means rose to a heightened point. Modified means change the form. Abolition means eradication, and resilience means an ability to recover. Suppose that if I have great loss, but I developed a sense that I will adjust to the situation, and I will not cry over that. That means resilience. So she also had a very sound amount of resilience in her. So now we are going to start a line by line explanation. Not in a very deep we will go, but we will be coming to know its whole of the story in brief. In the early morning hours of August 6, 1945, the peace and harmony of hundreds of homes blew up in a matter of seconds, leaving behind a heavy atmosphere of mourning and irreparable loss. The aftermath of the bomb explosion was devastating. Even more devastating was the fact that the horrors of that day would live on for generations to come. The radioactive soot and dust would not only affect the ones who witnessed the dark day, but even those who were yet to be born. Means it was August 6, 1945, and the atomic bomb explosion was done on Hiroshima, and that was the time. It was early morning time, and that the result of that destruction was that the generations, so many generations had to suffer from that loss. It has a radioactive soot. Many children were orphaned. Orphaned means those whose parents were dead. Due to the bombing, and unborn children exposed to radiation. Many children were dead, and those who were unborn, those who were in their mother's stomach, they were also exposed to the radiation. The radiation left a sound amount of sound effect on them. On average, due to be smaller and less intelligent than their peers. Those children, they were less intelligent than their peers. Peers means I told you that two persons of equal ability. Suppose that any other person is there whose ability is similar to me. But the children, those who were affected by the radioactivity, they were less intelligent than their peer ones. That we are trying to say. And their risk of developing leukemia peaked. And the risk of developing their leukemia, it heightened to a great, means the risk of leukemia means blood cancer, it heightened. The Sasaki family lived just a mile from the spot where the nuclear bomb at Hiroshima went off. It was, I told you 3 miles, but I'm sorry, it was only 1 mile from that spot where the bomb explosion was done. Their family was only just a mile away. The Sasaki couple and their daughter Sadako, barely 2 at that time, managed to survive the nuclear attack. Means Sasaki couple means his father and mother, they were couples, and their family members, means they were able to survive. Means they did not die of that nuclear explosion. Means immediately they did not die. Somehow they saved their life at that time. The war had ended and the Sasakis tried to get on with their lives in the normal way. Now the war had come to an end, and the Sasaki family, they were living their life in a normal way. Sadako had 3 siblings. Siblings means you all know brothers and sisters. So Sudoku Sasaki, she had 3 siblings. As she grew older, she developed great athletic abilities. She was at that time when the nuclear explosion was done, she was a little child, but as she grew older, she developed great athletical skills in her. She became an athlete. She was the fastest runner on her school track team. In her school track team, she was the fastest runner of them all. Sadako first became aware of her illness when she fell during the sports day at school. First of all, when she came to know how she fell ill, that was the first day when she fell ill and she had fallen down from somewhere in school. Then she came to know that she was suffering from this disease. She was diagnosed with leukemia. Now she was taken to the hospital and the doctor diagnosed her that she is suffering from acute leukemia, and which her mother referred to as the atom bomb disease. The doctor said that it is leukemia, but Sudoku's mother, she was not medical terminology she was not knowing, so she used to refer it. She used to say that she is suffering from the atom bomb disease. You can imagine how hazardous it was. A doctor's visit confirmed her mother's greatest fear. Sadako was dying of leukemia. One doctor came and visited her, and he confirmed of what her mother was fearful, that she is suffering from atom bomb disease, and the doctor confirmed also. She said that she has to die because of leukemia. She is only a guest for a few days. Soon Sadako was moved to the Hiroshima Red Cross Hospital for treatment. So she was admitted to the Hiroshima. Hiroshima is there in Japan. So Hiroshima Red Cross Hospital, she was admitted over there. She spent months there. Her disease eating her away bit by bit. So many months she spent there in the hospital, and the disease, it started to eat her bit by bit, isn't it? So that is why it has been said that disease and enemy, we should not understand that they are very small. They are smaller. No. रोग को, किसी भी बीमारी को, रोग को और किसी भी दुश्मन को कभी भी छोटा नहीं मानना चाहिए, ऐसा कहा गया है. एंड दैट इज वाई हियर ऑल्सो द डिजीज स्टार्टेड टू ईट हर bit by bit. Few residents of Nagoya sent a gift of colored origami paper planes to Sadako and the other hospital residents as a get well present. The gift brightened the sick child's day, giving her a brighter idea. The residents of that area, they sent origami papers. They are a special type of papers, and they sent it to Sadako. And the hospital staff also, they gifted something to the child, so that her day became brighter, so that she may spend her time in seeing those things, in watching those things, or doing something creative. And why they sent origami papers? Because in Japan, the culture of Japan, there is a myth that if we are suffering from any great disease, any risky disease, any such type of disease which can harm our life, which can take our life, So in that situation, if we make the paper cranes, 1000 paper cranes if we are making, then we can defeat the disease and we can save our life. That is why the people sent her the papers. It was a special type of origami papers so that she can make the cranes. Then she believed in a saying that if you fold 1000 cranes, you would get over your sickness. Her mother wrote, she folded paper cranes carefully, one by one, using a piece of paper from advertisements, medicines and wrappings. So, first of all, the people who sent their special origami papers, she started to make the cranes of those papers. But when those papers came to an end, then whichever paper because she was admitted in the hospital, so whichever paper she got, means the wrapper of medicine or any newspaper, whatever paper she started to get, she started to make paper cranes of those papers. Her eyes shone while she was folding the cranes, showing that she wanted to survive by all means. While she was making the cranes, if you would have seen her eyes, you could easily understand that she had a strong desire, a strong wish to live her life. She does not want to die. You can understand that. Sadako's friend Chizuko made her a crane out of a single sheet of paper, gold paper. And there was one fast friend of Sadako whose name was Chizuko. She also started to make crane for her so that both of them will make the cranes, so they can easily and sooner they can make they can achieve the target of 1000 paper cranes. And she started to make a gold paper. It was a special type of paper. Chizuko also started to make paper. In Japan, crane symbolizes long life, and the two friends began to build 1000 cranes in the hope that Sadako would recover. In this hope that Sadako will soon recover, they started to make cranes one by one. Lacking paper at hospital, Sadako began to make cranes out of whatever she could lay her hands on. Whichever type of paper she could get, she started to make cranes. Either the wrapper or any newspaper or anything like that, she started to make cranes. Though she was very frail and weak, frail means very weak, she was very weak, Sadako would sit up for hours together and fold cranes. But although she was very weak, but then also she used to sit there on her bed and spend hours in making cranes. She crossed 500 and her confidence grew with every crane folded. One by one, there a time came that she was successful in making 500 cranes. She believed that I have achieved half of the target. I have to make 1000 cranes and 500 cranes I have made, but it means half of the target I have achieved. And one by one, when she was becoming successful in making the cranes, her confidence started to build up. We could see in her eyes that she is becoming happy, that now I am closer to my target. I will live my life. Sadako completed 644 cranes. 644 cranes. After 500, 144 cranes she built, and it means the total number of cranes became 644 before she died, and after that she died. She was not able to reach 1000 cranes. Now you can think that if she would have made 1000 cranes, maybe she would have survived. One thing can come in our mind, she would survive or not, that is another thing, but she could not achieve the target of 1000 cranes. 644 cranes she made, and after that her life came to an end, unfortunately. Her friends made the rest. She died on the morning of October 25, 1955. On 25th October 1955, in the morning, she died, surrounded by her family. When she died, the whole of the family members were surrounded her. They surrounded her and she died. Her mother gave some of Sadako's paper cranes to her friends at a school and put the rest of them in her coffin. What did her mother do? Out of 644 cranes, some paper cranes she gave to her friends, and the rest of the paper cranes that she had made, she put those rest of the paper cranes in the coffin. Coffin means a big box, wooden box in which the dead body is laid and buried down the earth. So in that coffin, the rest of the paper cranes were put. The following year, an Austrian journalist, Robert Jung, traveled to Hiroshima, where he heard the story of young Sadako and her 1,000 friends. Same year, means next year, an Austrian journalist whose name was Robert Jung, he visited Japan, and he heard the story of Sadako and her 1,000 cranes. He was so moved by the tale of her determination that he told a modified version of her story. So when he heard, he was so much inspired by that story that he made a new version, means something he would have added by himself, and made a very fine new story by himself. Two words in the book, Light in the Ruins, and he wrote a book, Light in the Ruins. Light in the Ruins. Ruins means where there is everything is destroyed. So in that destruction, a light, a ray of hope, a light is there. That is called Light in the Ruins. So he wrote a book. Robert Jung wrote a book, Light in the Ruins, which was dedicated to Sadako. The modified version of the story he wrote in that book. In the years since, variations of Sadako's story have appeared in hundreds of other publications. Most notably, a children's book called Sadako and the 1,000 Paper Cranes. In Sadako and the 1,000 Paper Cranes, a new book was written in 1977 by an American author, Eleanor Poor. The story has been used in peace education programs around the world. Sadako's determination inspired the children's peace monument in Hiroshima. So when she died, the other children were inspired by her sacrifice. And what did they do? After Sadako's death, her classmates created a monument to mourn for all children who died from the atomic bombing. Her classmates, they decided that they will do something to pay the tribute to all the children who have died because of the atomic bombing. So, with support from more than 3,100 schools around the world, the students created a 9-meter high bronze statue topped with the figure of a girl holding a folded crane. So, 3,100 schools contributed the money and they made a monument, and it was a 50-foot high monument. It was a 9-meter high bronze statue. It was. The statue was 9 meter high. It was of Sadako. The statue was of Sadako, and 9-meter high bronze statue it was, and she was placed on the top of the monument. You can see here, this is the monument and Sadako is here, isn't it? So beneath the pedestal means that the platform on which the statue was placed, it was inscribed, "This is our cry." Cry means it is our expression of grief. This is our prayer. It is not only our expression, but it is our prayer for building peace in the world. That whatever happened, such thing would not repeat anywhere in the world in future. Peace should establish. It was written. Each year, children and adults from all over the world travel to Children's Peace Monument, bringing their old folded paper cranes as an acknowledgement of Sadako's determination and hope. So most of the children of the world every year they visit there to pay tribute, and they also bring folded paper cranes from their homes to pay tribute to her, and as an acknowledgement for Sadako's determination and hope. It is also a symbol of their desire for peace and for the abolition for nuclear weapons. So this monument is also a symbol for the desire. For which type of desire? For peace. That peace should prevail everywhere, and the abolition of nuclear weapons. Abolition means the end of nuclear weapons. The nuclear weapons should be ended. It should be diffused. So this is very nice story. Hope you understand. If there is any problem, we can discuss on WhatsApp. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful day.